Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a homemaking style of video for you. So in this video, you're gonna see some cleaning, some cooking, baking, organizing, and to start it off, this is kind of a random thing, but I am starting out in the yard. I have my hair turban on because I am doing my weekly hair oil treatment and scalp treatment. And I had not planned on filming at all this day, as you can kind of see. And yes, I am in flip-flops, but here's the story behind it. So I had some things that I needed to bring out to our holiday storage shed. And it was such a beautiful day, I decided to just go for a walk around the yard. I walked down to the river where our campfire site is. And I found a couple down trees from the Christmas Day ice storm that we had. And then as I'm walking back up into the yard, I noticed all of these branches, that have been lying there since that ice storm. And first of all, my husband and I, we couldn't pick them up because they were frozen to the ground. And then secondly, my husband would have tackled this himself, but every time he gets home, it is dark, or it was dark. So I decided just to go ahead and do this myself. I am a farm girl. I grew up picking up sticks, so I just decided to take it upon myself to help out my husband so he had one less thing he had to worry about. And really it felt good, honestly, to do some physical work because I love being outside. I am an outdoors girl, not a camping or a fishing type of girl, but I just love working outside in the garden, doing yard work, and all that fun stuff that you get to do in the summer months. But then check this out. I saw geese. I was so excited to see geese because that meant that spring was on its way because they never come up to North Dakota this early in the season. So that was a good sign. However, Mother Nature played a trick on us, and the very next day, we get a blizzard. School was canceled. My husband and my son couldn't get into work. My daughter, of course, she didn't get into work either. So yeah, we stayed home and I decided to do some baking, and I made some M&M Rice Krispie bars with the pastel Easter M&Ms. And then I also decided to make some brownies. Now I had two different recipes in mind of which one I wanted to do. One was more of a traditional brownie, one was more of a cake-like brownie. And so I wanted the cake brownies, and that's what the recipe card said. And they were not the cake brownies, they were the traditional kind, which was fine. They were wonderful anyways. So in next week's video, you will see that I do make the regular brownies that I had been thinking of, but I missed one important ingredient in them, so they didn't turn out. But I will do a redo because we go through baked goods like crazy in this house with 6 of us living here. So I set out all my ingredients ahead of time so I don't miss, an ingredient, but that video, you will see that I did because I was multitasking, and apparently in my 40s, I can't multitask anymore. It's just not possible. So this week now, I will attempt to make the brownies the correct way, and hopefully they turn out. So I'll have the recipe written out below. I can't link the recipe. I'm sure there's something similar on Pinterest, but this recipe was given to me, so I will just write it out in the description box for you.
Another week, another day, another hour since you went away, and so cliche you didn't say goodbye. I've been waiting for so long, still debating what went wrong. All by myself, you pulled away, you couldn't say what we were struggling with. It's one of us, it's obvious, but who's to really blame? There's an aching in my heart, all the questions that I've got are keeping me up at night.
Okay, it is the next day, And I never got around to frosting the brownies last night. I was going to this morning and they're like almost half gone already. So I'm just gonna leave them as is. And the other thing is they are not the brownie I was thinking of. I was thinking more like a cake brownie like the recipe card said, but this one is a little bit more like a traditional brownie. So I'm gonna have to search for the other recipe and then make that with you guys and show you what I was thinking of. They're like the old school brownies. So yeah, this one, even though it says moist cake brownies, this is the wrong recipe. So anyways, I'm just gonna leave those unfrosted and just try again next time. So next, obviously laundry. Laundry is just something that is never ending. And what is the one thing I never thought I would spend so much time doing as an adult? Pulling sleeves right side out of my husband's sweatshirts, as well as his socks. But check this out, it's snowing. Ew, I really was so happy when the calendar turned March 1st and really was hopeful that the snow would be gone for the whole year, but here we are. Hopefully this will not accumulate today. So back here on our coffee bar, this I'm going to switch up, and I pulled out the rest of my winter mugs, so they're gonna go away. So I'm going to put our microwave back here, and then this little Keurig is going to go on our kitchen counter next to the coffee maker, and I'm just going to empty out these behind the doors. Here is all of our coffee mugs and syrups and coffee and such. So I'm going to empty that out, do a little rearranging, and this drawer might stay coffee cups. I'm not exactly sure just yet. I'm going to put our microwave back here because I hate it on my kitchen counter. So, and this is just a little microwave, so it's not that big of a deal. However, my brother and his wife have an extra microwave that is also an air fryer, so they're going to give us that, and we're going to give them this little one, and so we're going to swap. But that one is a lot bigger, so I'm going to use that counter space back there to house the microwave. So here's an odd question for you guys. How many dozens of eggs do you go through in your family every week? I'm just curious because we go through 2 to 3 dozen on a weekly basis. And you know, eggs still aren't cheap. They're coming down in price, but they're not what they used to be. And I used to get farm fresh eggs from one of my friends. I haven't been able to because this last summer, with it being so hot and humid up here, the chickens just weren't producing eggs like they normally do. So I had to start buying them. And I do buy farm fresh eggs at like local farmers markets or at the natural grocery store. I'll buy the pasture raised. Is it the pasture raised? It's not the free range. I think it's the pasture raised eggs. And they are more expensive, but of course, they're way tastier if you've had farm fresh eggs. You know, you could never go back to just regular store-bought, mass-produced eggs. There's no flavor, there's no color, there's no nutrition. So it is worth the money, in my opinion. And we eat eggs. Like everyone in our family except for my son eats eggs, especially hard-boiled. Now my husband loves pickled eggs. I refuse to make those, so he will buy those separately. I can't stand the smell. I can't stand to be around them. It just makes me gag. I can't handle it. So when he has those, he will even put tiger sauce on them, adding more of a stench. So yeah, I can't even be in the room when he eats those, but he usually takes those hunting with him. And so they're out of the house, but sometimes, yeah, he will do that when he's home on the weekends. And he tries to take it with to work so I don't have to smell it. But yeah, it's just a really potent smell that I can't handle.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back while I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by. Sometimes I understand I'm making all the wrong demands in life. It never pays in the end, but still I am here, moving on like before. I'm yearning to reach the shore. Now I know what it means to grow.
Egg salad up for later. Okay, I'm not using, I have my recipe book out. I'm not using it to make egg salad. Oh my gosh, I know how to make egg salad. Okay, so I got distracted looking through recipes, so let me just jump to the next clip here. Oh my gosh. I think I found the recipe. Oh, okay. Where'd it go? Chocolate bars. Chocolate bars. This is the recipe. I thought I lost this card. Ah! Let's see if it's the same. Okay. 2 cup flour, 2 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, stir in a bowl. Okay, water, 1 cup, ½ cup oil, 1 stick butter, 1/4 cup cocoa, bring to a boil. Add to dry mixture. Add in 2 eggs, buttermilk, soda, vanilla. Yes! Yes! This is the recipe. Ah! I don't know why I didn't put this back in my binder. Well, I'm going to now, but yay! Okay. I'm happy. Happy, happy, happy. Okay. Anyways, getting back to the task at hand. So I was upset that I couldn't find the old school cake brownie recipe, and I was talking with my mom. So she told me that the recipe was in one of our old church cookbooks under the name chocolate bars, not brownies. So when I came across it, I was super excited to cross-reference the recipe card versus the one in the cookbook, and they were an exact match. So that made me super excited, and then the craving for those brownies began all over again.
The town that we are living in. Well, I don't know. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander?
I should probably be really, smart about this, and once everything's out, I should probably wipe them down, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll just do that when I get to my spring cleaning. Probably later this month in March.
Like dust in the wind, or the talk of the town that we are living in. Well, I part of a grander master plan. Will I be washed away like
Yeah, do you see that? There are crumbs in there, so I am gonna go ahead and wipe this out. So how often do you guys rearrange your kitchen cupboards, if at all? I'm sure some people don't do it whatsoever, but I personally do it a couple times a year, maybe 3 times is a stretch, but I get bored with things really easy. I rearrange my cupboards, I rearrange my furniture all the time, but let me know if you guys do the same thing. Okay, so this is nice and empty. Gotta get this one. My daughter Donna got this for me for my birthday last year. So let's see, is it dirty? Wow, I don't think so. Is this one dirty? Yes it is. Okay, that's all clean, but you know, I'm thinking as I'm wiping these down, it is a shame that I don't have one more of these shelves. Because, you know, coffee cups, they're not very tall. I could use 2 more shelves, but this is the widest cupboard I have, so that's not gonna work. I can't even switch any out from any other cupboard. Okay, so I don't know how many of you have worked in a restaurant before, but I did pretty much all through high school. And one thing that came in handy and I was taught there was to carry a lot of mugs instead of carrying 2 at a time. You carry this many, 1 on each finger. Is that nuts or what? But I do it ever since then. I've always done that. More coffee cups than this, and my guess is they're in my husband's truck, and someday they'll make it into the house. But I'm gonna leave some coffee up here. The filters, the sugars, and the stir sticks. And yes, I know these are Valentine. I just like them, so they're everyday. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that one's good. So this is pretty much empty. Those are winter up there. That one I have to glue the handle back on. It fell, and then that one goes out to the fall toads. And, oh, my syrups. Well, maybe I'll just leave them in here for now. Okay. That's good. So, I think these brown dishes are gonna go back in those cupboards there. Thinking these are gonna have to go away somewhere. These we usually just have around for when we do entertain and stuff. So I know we have more. I think we have like 12 of these. So I think I'm gonna take these down so this can kind of be, yeah, who needs so many mugs? That's good enough, right? Does it look too crowded over here? Let's close that. Does that look too crowded? Maybe the washing station could be on this side? Oh, no. Had my ring and my little cup. Forgot to put that on today. Okay. yeah, maybe this is fine, and then we'll just do, let's move this over here. And, oh, well, let's move this over here. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what he thinks of this. The paper towels have been here for 5 years. So I don't think he's gonna like the switcheroo, but we'll test it out. All right, so here is our new microwave / air fryer. I'm super excited to use the air fryer part. I've had it for a few days now and haven't used it. And then I decided to put the Keurig back here. I felt it was too cluttered next to the coffee maker. And then I kept some of the mugs and then got some more K-cups for back here. And then in the cupboards, I have my winter dishes. So this is a good spot for them. And then on this side, I left some syrups and coffee mugs. Hi! Do you gotta go potty? Do you wanna go outside? How about you? Do you gotta whiz? Yeah? Do you wanna go bark? Lola too? Lola too! Should we go inside? Okay. Okay, so then over here, since I moved that little Keurig, I feel like this is more acceptable. This is more to my liking. I don't like the clutter, so this makes me feel less cluttered and less stressed in return. And then in the cupboard, I have all the coffee. I just bought a new syrup, so that one is shorter. The other ones were too tall for this, and I really didn't feel like adjusting these shelves. So this cupboard is done. And then over here, I switched out my winter or Christmas hand soap for this one. I still had some of the Christmas one left, but I just wanted to get rid of it. And unfortunately, this thing fell and broke before I even got to use it. But whatever, it's fine. And then over here's just, it's a work in progress. I haven't officially decorated for spring Easter over here yet, so I'll be doing that in the coming week or so. And this makes so much more sense. I've lived with this now for a while, and having the plates and bowls here next to the oven, yeah, just makes so much more sense to have these right here when we're cooking. So I really like this setup. And in this drawer still I have all of my utensils, measuring cups, and then little side dishes along with extra butter because we always need extra butter. But yeah, so I think this turned out really good for right now. The other cupboards, this one is still our spices and probably needs to be reorganized. This one is a total mess, not going to show that one. And then our drinkware is still in this cupboard. Thank you guys for joining me for this homemaking vlog style of video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm planning to do more of these in different areas of the house coming up this spring. I really enjoyed making this for you. So I will see you guys next week in a spring and Easter decorate with me. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.